Hey everyone, this is TG from ToyGander.com, and today we're going to review some knockoff Batman minifigures. So let's go ahead and take a gander. So if you guys are interested in getting any of these, be sure to check out ToyGander.com. I will put a link in the description below. First up is Batman 3000. For Batman 3000, I do like this character. Starting off, because I did an old one, this is the old one right here, and just seeing some differences between the two, I like the taller headpiece on the ears, but the main thing that I like is this brighter red. It's just a brighter red throughout the entire figure, and there's more contrast, so it looks a little bit more interesting. The eyes really stand out compared to this one too. This is more of like a burgundy, and this one's actually like a true deep red. It also has a two-toned cape, which makes a difference. It just brings a lot more character to this character. Let's move on to the next one. This next one is Catman. In true knockoff minifigure fashion, we have some issues along with this character. A couple things stand out as far as the differences that I know from the official figure versus this one. First thing is the utility belt. That's the part that stands out the most. So there's an actual separate piece when you get the official one. There's a separate utility belt piece which sticks in between these two, and it just makes it look like a more complete character. They just did a printing on there, and it just doesn't look that great. The next big difference I see is the actual coloration of his flesh tone. The coloration's a lot darker, and it just kind of blends right in with this helmet piece. Other than that, the printing's not too bad. The yellow on the legs, you could tell it's kind of just slopped on there. It's not too double molded, so that's unfortunate. But definitely not one of my favorite ones, and even the feet barely fit in there. I'm not too sure which Batman this is, either Swimsuit Batman or Underwear Batman. Either way, we'll open them up. So this one's rather plain. If you see that, he has like the Speedo on. They did a decent print up into the bottom of the legs there. There is a little bit of off printing right here. You know, and his torso looks a little bit weird. He has like an 8-pack instead of a 6-pack, so it's a little bit off. And also the coloration on his tongue, if you can kind of see there's just a little dab of red. Although they did capture the Batman Lego movie look to him, it still looks a little bit off. Let's see if it gets any better. Alright, now we have Cave Batman. I'm actually fairly impressed with how they executed this one. Looking at the printing, it's pretty close to what the actual official minifigure looks like. They did the front printing pretty spot on, and what I was really surprised about is the fact that they did side printing on the legs and back printing. That's something that you don't normally get, specifically on the legs with these knockoff minifigures. With that being said, there are some drawbacks. The first thing is the beige color for all the skin flesh tone is a little bit lighter, specifically on the legs. It's also a little bit off on the arms. And another thing is the original figure comes with a club and not a drumstick. And I think what they did is they tried to put this out before these actual official minifigures hit the shelves. So they didn't have all the things to quite replicate them, or what they did, they didn't want to do a custom mold for that, so they just threw a drumstick in there. But other than that, the actual figure overall, this is probably the best so far out of these. Now we have Lobster Lovin' Batman. Alright guys, just when I thought they were getting a little bit better, you have Lobster Lovin' Batman, and the only problem is there's no lobster. That's right, if you look there, he has a red scorpion. Same thing along this guy's lines. What they wanted to do is save money, so they already had, I'm sure, this scorpion mold, so instead of remolding a lobster, they just got a red one instead and put it in his hand. So lobster or scorpion aside, if you look at the actual character, they did a nice job for the printing. I don't know what it is about these knockoff figures, but they always put like 100 hands. They're like worried that you're not going to get enough hands, so usually there's like 4 or 5 hands per bag. It's ridiculous. Looking at the actual printing, same thing on the side. They did great side printing right here, and this is a really dark red, so it shows up very nicely, very, I guess, vibrant enough to look like it's almost like the original thing. So I do like this figure minus the scorpion. Now we have Rainbow Batman. Although I'm not a huge fan of the color scheme, I have to say the execution on this character is actually pretty nice. I don't know the whole story on this. I was looking online to see if there was an original figure like this. I don't know if there's an official limited release Lego or it was a custom printed Lego. There was something out there. If you guys know, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to find out a little bit more about it. But with that being said, the printing and the coloration on this guy is really nicely done. Very vibrant, very bright, bold colors. All the lines are done very nicely. There's no like slop, maybe a little bit on this arm right here. But other than that, they have nice side printing. He's got some great back printing. They even did the coloration for the cape as well. And the helmet. The one thing that I think is hard to pad print are helmets. But they actually did a pretty good job on it. This is Swimsuit Batman, which is a direct knockoff of the blind bag Lego Batman movie. I'm not too sure which company, knockoff brand company, made these minifigures, but all I can say is, meh, they look okay. And the main reason for this one, if you look at the side printing on the arms, the print doesn't go all the way into the inside of the arm, so it looks like he just has these bat symbols just floating on his arms. So that's like the biggest detractor for this figure. I wish they would have completed that so it looked like he actually had sleeves. And another big downside to this one is they don't have that like rubber ducky floaty, because it was a custom design and they didn't want to do that. These figures are actually pretty cheap, guys, and if you, I mean, you know, $4 if you go get the blind bags, and you could typically feel them out. I would really recommend getting if you're interested in getting this, get the official ones. It just makes more sense. But the printing on the back and the printing on the side looks pretty good. I just wish it was done a little bit better on the arm pieces. Zebra Batman. Wow, I think we're actually going to end these figures on a positive note. Putting them together, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with how well they printed this character. It looks legitimate. Now, I don't know the exact story on these. I think this was a official release, very limited quantities, like 40 in Indonesia. I could be wrong. If you guys know, please put it in the comments below, but the printing on this character looks great. Looking at the front here, he has like little gray printings to show the outlines, and that's mainly so you could tell because it's a black and white character, so they had to do gray over it just so there's some detail there. But looks very bold, very vibrant. Same thing on the back, looks great, and I left the cape off for two reasons. First thing is so you can see the back printing. Second reason, this thing is really, really durable and very thick. It feels like almost like a piece of aluminum foil or something along those lines. I'm actually kind of impressed with how thick they printed on this. I will put it back on, but in the meantime, I wanted you to see this whole character. Alright, I'm going to try and make sense of all this. Took me a little while, but ended up creating this. And I think it's a pretty cool little vehicle that is included with this set. Time for a few shoutouts. SZ Vincent, Pixel Pug Gamer, Respawn Lego, Craving Skate 05, Raymond Poole, Brian Hernandez, Emilio Villatora, Hayden Robeles, and All-Star Gamer. Thumbs up to you. Thank you so much for watching Toy Gander. And guys, it's that time of the video. There is one figure somewhere on the screen that's just not quite right. So the first person to find out which figure that is and puts it in the comments below, I will give you a shout out in the next video I do. Guys, please click that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, you can help us take a gander.